This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. So in the last session of Django, we were discuss about HTML basics. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about CSS basics. That means cascading style sheets, how to apply, and what are the style sheets are there. We'll discuss in today's session. First of all, what is CSS? So CSS means cascading style sheets. If you want to apply any styling to the HTML document, then we use CSS. Cascading style sheet. CSS means cascading style sheet. So it can be used to apply styling for HTML document. So if there is no HTML elements or HTML documents, we can't apply CSS or HTML. So HTML is mandatory for applying CSS. So what are the different style sheets are there in CSS? There are three different style sheets are there. One is inline style sheet, inline style sheet. Next one is internal style sheet, internal style sheet. Next one is external style sheet. Next one, external style sheet. So inline style sheet, internal style sheet, external style sheet. Three style sheets are available here. So inline style sheet means what? The style sheet which can be applied only particular HTML element is called inline style sheet. Inline style sheet means the style sheet which can be applied only on particular HTML element is called inline. So to work with inline style sheet, we use style attribute. Yes, we have to use style attribute. And internal style sheet means the style which we can apply on only particular HTML document or HTML page. Particular HTML page, if you want to apply any styling, then better to go for internal style sheet. So internal style sheet, to work with internal style sheet, we use style tag we have to use. Not it is attribute. It is not attribute, it's a tag, style tag. So inline styling means we can use style attribute. Internal style sheet means we can use style tag we have to use. Style tag is there. And external style sheet is the most recommendable style sheet because we need to ready with your own style sheet externally that we can include into any HTML page. So once you are ready with your external style sheet, that style sheet we can apply on any HTML page. Multiple HTML pages we can apply this styling. That is called external style sheet. For this, we need to prepare separate. We need to prepare a separate style sheet, style sheet, style sheet here. Extension .css. Yes, .css extension is required. In this style sheet .css file, we can apply onto any HTML pages. That is called external style sheet. So inline style sheet means only particular HTML element we can apply. Internal style sheet means only particular HTML page we can apply. An external style sheet means separate file we need to prepare, and this external style sheet file we can attach to any HTML page. Multiple pages, same designing if need. So same style sheet.css we can apply it to any number of HTML pages. That is external style sheet file. Next, so where we can uh, include inline style sheet. So to include inline style sheet, we use style attribute. So then we can go for style attribute including into HTML page. But we have HTML pages right now, few pages. Let me recreate one more page actually. So right click on this template folder to prepare any HTML file. Go to new and HTML. So I'm just trying to do index1.html. When we prepare any HTML page, so we got this common structure. HTML tags are there. This is the body section. It is a head section. Now, right now you can see in the body section, I'm preparing one simple paragraph. But this is just I'm taking paragraph one. But we don't have any styling on HTML page, index1.html. The moment when we hit index1.html page, look at this, no styling is available. But if you want to apply any styling, then we need to have the syntax. Like what is the syntax means? This is the syntax. Our main syntax of CSS is this one only. Selector, open bracket, property 1 colon property 1 value, property 1 value, property 1 value. Next I'm taking property 2 colon property 2 value. Like this you can include any number of values. So same syntax, I'm just going to split like this. So this is for easy understanding point of view. So look at this selector, open bracket, close bracket, property 1 value, property 2 value. Okay. So here example I'm taking, suppose P is my selector, paragraph selector I'm doing, open bracket and close bracket. Here property 1 means what actually, any property you can take, for example color. Property value is what, red. Property 2 is like font size, colon. Value is what actually 30 pixel like. So paragraph, color red, font size 30 pixel, close bracket, open bracket. This we can apply. This is called particular HTML element styling we are applying. So this is what inline styling. Right now there don't be any styling for this paragraph. Let me apply styling for the paragraph. Like for example here P is the element, property. First we have to use what attribute? Style attribute. Yes, style. Color is what actually? Property. Value is what? Red. And we have, if you want one more property, apply font size equals to 30 pixel like this. So this is exactly inline style sheet. Inline style sheet means the styling which we can apply on only particular HTML element, that is paragraph. Style attribute I use, and color attribute internally, that is color red, font size is 30 pixel. When we apply this, look at this, we got this styling. This is called inline styling mode. Suppose we have a other paragraph. This is my second paragraph. This is second paragraph update. Second paragraph. Paragraph. So we don't have any styling for second paragraph. Only first paragraph only styling is there. Okay. So if you want to provide different styling for the second paragraph also, we can use style attribute. Color I'm taking blue. Color blue I'm taking like this. Only blue color I'm giving styling. So this styling is different and this styling is different. So in this context, we can go for inline style sheet. Inline style sheet means only we can apply styling for particular HTML element. So each and every element, different styling. If you want, you can apply inline style sheet mechanism. Suppose, sir, in my HTML document, I have a lot of paragraphs. For all paragraphs, I need to apply some common styling. Once I design in this page one styling, So which can be applied on all paragraphs. How many number of paragraphs are there means better to go for internal style sheet. Internal style sheet purpose we use what tag? Style tag we have to use. This is the style tag. But where we can use this style tag internal style sheet purpose on the head section, inside the head section of HTML page only. Let's remove this inline style sheet for my paragraphs. So look at this, I'm just giving only paragraph tag. I'm removing this inline styling for the paragraph. Now here we don't have any styling right now at this moment. Okay, so just I'm taking first paragraph and second paragraph. This is first paragraph. This is second paragraph. No styling. But I want to apply here number of paragraphs are there. No, all paragraphs, how many are there? I want to apply styling for them. In that context, better to go for internal style set. Internal style set means on the head section of HTML page, we have to use style attribute. Style tag, sorry, style tag it is. It's not attribute, style tag we have to use. In this style tag, we can apply selector is paragraph. I'm applying that is color is what we can say green. The common styling I'm applying. Font size is 20 pixel, 20 pixel. Even font family also I'm taking. Font family equals to like Vardhana I'm taking. So where I have applied this styling, color is green, font size 20 pixel, font family Vardhana means paragraph. On the paragraph section I have applied clear. P tag is there. So that means it is what internal style sheet. This can be used only for particular HTML document like index1.html only we can apply. Even later, if you want to apply index2.html or other HTML page, there also again we have to rewrite this script totally. So in case if you want to apply styling for multiple web pages, multiple HTML pages, better to go for external style sheet. External style sheet means you should ready with your own style sheet separately with .css file, and that CSS file we can able to link to your HTML section. But right now I'm using what actually internal style sheet on. Look at this. So internal style sheet on paragraph section I applied this much of style. How many number of paragraphs are there here? So all the paragraphs styling will be impact. Look at this green color. Font size is 20 pixel. Font family is Vardhana. So this is internal style sheet. Suppose they don't be internal style sheet also not there. So let me use external style sheet I'm applying. External style sheet means what I said. To work with external style sheet, we need to prepare a separate style sheet with the .css extension. Yes, sir. Compulsory we need to prepare separate style sheet with the .css extension. That CSS extension, what we can say, we have to include it. .css extension is compulsory required. So that CSS file we have to link to your HTML page on. Let me prepare styling. How to prepare styling? Just observe here. So CSS file we need to use it. Separately we need to create it. To create separate CSS file, simply right click on templates folder, go to new. Now you can see style sheet is available. There is an option called style sheet option. We can use style sheet here. So let's give the name is any name. Suppose sample.css I'm giving. Here already selected CSS file, then I'm trying to use sample.css only. So once we create CSS file, this file should contain only CSS rules. That means cascading style sheet rules only it should contain. Other extra, what we can say, extra HTML elements code we need not to write here. So only CSS rules we can include into sample.css. This file can be attached to any HTML page, no problem at all. So I'm going to create here paragraph styling. I'm giving color red, only paragraph style. And H1 section, if we have any H1 section, now we can see H1 section color blue I'm taking. Okay, now you can see text align equals to center I'm taking. Now body section I'm applying CSS. So body into background color equals to what we can say this is dot cr or cr empty. Look at this. My external style sheet. Into the styling, paragraph styling is I'm giving color is red. H1 section means any HTML page is having header section H1. That color I want to make it blue and text align equal to center. H1's text will be center and background color of total HTML page will be cyan. So right now in my index1.html there is no h1. Let me give the h1 section also. So this is just heading 1 I'm taking. This is heading 1 and h1 section is okay and paragraph section is okay. Okay. Now let's run this. But do you have any styling on this? No. So no styling is applicable. Why? Because you are ready with your CSS file, but you have not attached this CSS file to your HTML document. So how to link an external style sheet to this HTML document means in the head section again. So look at this. I'm giving link attribute, link tag we have to use. Inside the link tag href is there. Href. Inside the link tag href, a hyperlink reference. And your CSS file is sample.css. But note this point, it's very important. Once we use sample.css file, link href sample.css. Okay, sample.css. Hyperlink reference sample.css. Okay, so even when we add this link, is this effect? No. So any styling is effect here? No. So the important point is we are ready with sample.css. We have included sample.css into index1.html by using link tag, href attribute, hyperlink reference, sample.css also we have provided. But what is the problem here? So the problem is, look at this. The problem is here we don't use any relational attribute. We must and should use relational attribute. REL means relational attribute and relational of this document to this index1.html. What relation it is? Style sheet relation. Meaning is what? Whatever we are adding sample.css file, this file is what related to this document HTML1 index1.html is style sheet only. So now this time it's going to work. Look at this background color, cyan, the heading color. This is heading one blue color, and also I just making style text align equal to center for that. So it's visible center, and paragraphs only red color is there. Paragraphs are available. So this is the common styling. This styling can be used for any page also. Even for example, index.html is there. In this index.html also we can link this external style sheet. Link href sample.css relational style sheet. Now I'm using index1 index.html. I'm executing in index.html. Look at this background color is there. This is index page. Only heading section is coming into center only because this is index page only. Previous one is index one only. So once you are ready with your CSS file, external style sheet file, this we can able to attach to any other HTML page by adding what's a link tag. Link tag must. Href is attribute. Relational attribute is compulsory for external style sheet. If you don't use relational attribute style sheet relation, then this will not work properly. So this you have to keep it in your mind. So this is external style sheet. Okay. This is internal style sheet. Internal style sheet inside the header section only. We have to give styling. Now this is inside the inline HTML means only particular paragraph or particular element different styling. If you want, you can use style tag, style attribute. So these three are the stylings. Okay. So these three style sheets are the inline style sheet, internal style sheet, external style sheet. Okay. For example, and one more important thing I'm telling. Sir, what happens if my HTML document contains all three styles are there? In my HTML document, all three styles are there, but which is the style first priority, like priority of the style sheet. Yes, this is also very important. Let me show you. Priority of style sheet. What priority it is going to be, show that style sheet. Okay, priority of style sheet here. So what is the priority of style sheet? First priority inline style sheets. First priority is what actually inline style sheet. Next priority internal or external. Anyone, internal or external. We can't say next priority immediately external or internal. Anyone based on its position or based on the order, we can decide next priority is internal style sheet or external style sheet. But first priority always what actually inline style sheet only. First priority. First priority inline style sheet. Next priority internal or external style sheet. Next priority will be this. That is. Let's show you this. If I have all style sheets in my HTML document, what is the priority? We'll see this. Okay, let's go this. Right now I have only paragraph. Observe here. Only one paragraph I'm taking, one title, so that you will get clarity. Now I'm removing external style sheet also. Look at this. Inline style sheet I'm using. Inside the particular HTML element, when we give styling, that is called inline style sheet, color red. So right now, this is going to be red color paragraph because inline style sheet. Fine? Yes. Inline style sheet. Okay. Next, I am taking what actually internal style sheet I'm using. Style, internal style sheet, paragraph. Color is blue, I can say. Just try to understand. Based on color, you can understand this. Color is blue. So look at this. Inline style sheet is what? Red color. Internal style sheet is what? Blue color. Okay. So now I'm taking in this two. First priority obviously what actually paragraph inline style sheet only. Inline style sheet means what? Red color only. Suppose in case if I remove this inline style sheet color red, then next priority obviously only one style sheet I included or not. This is what internal style sheet. So internal style sheet means obviously blue color. Yes, blue color. Okay, fine. So ultimately what I mean to say, first priority inline style sheet compulsory. First priority goes to inline style. Next priority what sir? Internal or external? Anyone. Anyone means how? Like with this. I have right now internal style sheet with me. That internal style sheet is paragraph section color is blue. But let me include paragraph section color is what we can say green. I'm taking for example green. This is external style sheet. So I am adding external style sheet color is green. Paragraph color green. Internal style sheet paragraph color is blue. But look at this, I'm using external style sheet also here. External style sheet, how to include link tag. So link tag I'm using, then href I'm taking href, hyperlink reference, sample.css, relational style sheet. Now observe carefully, this is what external style sheet here. Okay, now, so look at this here. This is the styling paragraph. This is what style? Internal style sheet. This is what style? External style sheet. But now in this two style sheet, which is the highest priority means very latest or recent what style sheet is added here, that style sheet going to be priority. Now this time we can see external style sheet is the highest priority. External style sheet highest priority means external style sheet color is good, green only, paragraph green. So now you can see color is green only, it is available. So next, for example, if I take external style sheet, first only I am giving in the head section. Next, internal style sheet I am giving in the head section. Now the priority goes to WhatsApp internal style sheet. Color is what actually blue. This is internal style sheet priority. Look at this blue color. So what you understand here, first look at this style. This is inline style sheet. Color red, color red. Priority obviously inline style sheet only. Color is red. In case inline style sheet is not there, okay. The next priority external or internal. Any one I'm saying priority of the style sheet. But what is there? Which style sheet is declared last? Internal style sheet. So internal style sheet is the priority now. Blue color. Why sir? Because when we declare internal style sheet after external style sheet link, then internal style sheet is the priority. Next, when we declare internal style sheet before external style sheet, then external style sheet is the highest priority. External style sheet color is what? Green. So now this time external style sheet color is green one. So ultimately what I am saying, in the internal style sheet and external style sheet, which one is the very recently declared that priority highest? Okay, last one where we declare internal style sheet or external style sheet, anyone which is declared last highest priority after inline style sheet. First priority inline style sheet, next priority based on your order. So first if we declare internal style sheet, later we can, if we declare external style sheet, external style sheet is the highest priority. In case external style sheet you have declared first only internal style sheet, later you have declared, then internal style sheet the highest priority, now blue color will be appearing like this. So this is about three style sheets and the priority of the style sheets also clearly which we are working now, sir. So this is styling we can apply in HTML elements, clear. Okay, what are the stylings are there, how to apply them, we can apply here. On any HTML elements we can apply H1 section, H2 section, H3 section like this. Okay, yes. But same similarly, if you want to go with comment section, suppose comment section how we can use in the CSS styling. For example, here I have external style sheet is there or internal style sheet only there, for example. Okay, let me internal style sheet I have right now. This style, when we apply blue color is there, but I don't want to apply this styling paragraph. So this I want to comment. How to comment? CSS means slash star, then star slash we have to use. This is the CSS style comment only. So look at this comment of CSS means slash star, and where you want to end the comment, star slash. So now this time blue color will not affect because of CSS rule in the comment section only. If you uncomment it is, now it is going to be color is affected blue color. So this is CSS comment. Normally HTML comment is like this only, sir. HTML comment section, you know already. HTML comment is what? This is dash dash comments here, and now this is HTML comment. CSS comment in the sense like this. This is CSS comment. Like this comments here. HTML comment, CSS comment section. Okay, fine. Next, I'm showing example of what you know. Let me close this and close this all the styling. Let's make empty page. So this is clear now. HTML page. Next, I'm going to show you in the CSS selectors. The CSS selectors are there. CSS selectors. What are the CSS selectors are there? We'll see. Three selectors are there, sir. Actually, four selectors are there. I will also that also I'll include. First one is element selector. Element selector. Next one is ID selector. ID selector. Next one is class selector. Class selector. Fourth one is there, that is universal selector like this. So element selector, ID selector, class selector, universal selector. Element selector means The selector which we can apply only on particular HTML element is called element selector. Element selector means the element selector selects HTML elements based on the element name only. The element selector selects HTML elements based on its name. So this is only element selector, sir. Look at this. Here I'm taking paragraph. So just I'm taking, this is my first paragraph, I can say. First paragraph. So I'm going to use external style sheet now. So element selector only I'm taking. P is the element. So paragraph, element selector. As I said, that element selector uh, selects HTML elements based on the element name. Element name is paragraph. So once we apply this external style sheet to my HTML document, so by using link tag href sample.css relational equals to style sheet. Now this time you can see this is my first paragraph. Green color is available. Why? Because in the sample.css color is green I am using. This is called element selector. Element selector means select the element name through only. For example, we have one more paragraph is there. For example, one more paragraph is there. So this is my second paragraph. My second paragraph, for example. So here second paragraph also working fine. This is element selector. There is one more selector is there. What is that? ID selector is there. ID selector. What is ID selector? ID selector use the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. So the ID of an element is unique within the page. So the ID selector is used to select only one HTML element uniquely. To select an element with a specific ID, so write the hash character followed by the ID of the element only. So see, in simple terms, we can say ID selector starts with what actually hash symbol. So hash symbol means you have to provide your ID with hash. So I'm trying to show you ID selector how. Based on ID only, it is going to be select HTML element and it is going to be apply styling on the HTML element. Right now, for example, here I'm taking ID name starts with here hash. ID name is para. I'm taking para. I'm taking red color and that font size I'm taking 30 pixel. I'm just taking. This is my ID selector. But look at this. The ID name is what, sir? Para. This name you have to use in any HTML element by using ID attribute. So here hash symbol is there. This is called ID. But let's go for this. Here ID attribute you have to use. ID name is para. We have applied only ID attribute para equals to para. That is first paragraph only. So first paragraph only styling is affected. Second not. Do you want to apply this same ID for paras, that is ID attribute true, I'm using ID name para for second paragraph also. So second paragraph also will affect here. So this is called ID selector. ID selector means it uses the ID name to select any HTML element. On any every HTML element we can apply on this ID, then that is going to be select HTML element based on this ID only. So always ID should be unique in the page, but this ID starts with what symbol? Hash symbol. So this hash symbol through we are using this ID name. ID name I am assigning to particular HTML element tag inside ID attribute through. This is ID selector. Class selector is starts with what you know completely. Class selector is starts with period symbol. Period means dot. This is class selector. The class selector select HTML elements with a specific class attribute. So if you want to use this class selector into your HTML elements, we have to use class attribute, not ID attribute, class attribute. To select elements with a specific class with period character followed by the class name. For example, you can see this. I'm using here in the external style sheet. I'm using class name. I'm taking here just CLS. My class name is CLS. So color red. font size 30 pixel. But here we have to apply class name is, it's not a class selector right now, it is id selector because of hash symbol is there. Class selector always associated with what period, that is dot symbol. Dot cls means it's a name of the class. And if you want to use this styling for any html, so we should not use id attribute, we should use what actually class attribute. Look at this class cls name, and here I'm taking what actually class cls name, cls. Now this time class selector is going to be work. So to use class selector into your html page, we use class attribute. In the css styling, class selector how we can declare means with period symbol, dot symbol. And if you want to go with id selector, id starts with what, hash symbol. And if you want to use that id selector into html document, we have to provide id attribute, id equal to id name, like this. So this is class selector, id selector, element selector. But there is one more selector is there. What is that? Universal selector. Universal selector means it select all the html elements on the page once we have html universal selector clearly. So that means star symbol is required, sir, here. So universal selector means. So look at this here. I'm trying to take this paragraph here, out paragraph, only paragraph, and h1 section also I'm taking here. H1. This is heading 1, and next one is h2. This is heading 2. Now sample.css. Now I'm taking star means universal selector. Look at this. On size color is red, 30 pixel. All the elements will impact now. Look at this. And I'm trying to go with text align equals to center. Now you can see it is going to be all elements are text align equal to center. So this is what universal selector. Okay, universal selector. But as I said, that star symbol means universal selector. If I go for the suppose dot cls, cls means what, class selector. Now class selector, we have not applied any one of the HTML element in my page. So let me apply class selector here. So whenever we use class selector here, you can see class attribute you have to use. Class attribute here. Even I'm trying to do class attribute CLS. Here also I'm taking class attribute CLS. But even though when we have a class selector, when we apply CLS for all of them, but it's working fine. But even particularly in the HTML CSS, so you can able to make impact on only particular HTML elements class selector also. P.cls we can use. P.cls means what? The styling is only applicable on paragraph with class selector. Means here in my HTML document right now, all tags are having class attribute, but h1, h2, it will not impact, only paragraph impact because I have mentioned in my CSS only p.cls. Suppose if I mention h1.cls means only this color red, font size 30 pixel, text align center completely applicable on what? H1 section only, even though in my HTML document all class attribute I'm using for P, H1, H2, but impact is H1 only because I mentioned clearly in the class selector time, so H1.cls. If I remove H1, then it will impact on every selection here. And we can also use, and one more thing here, what is the selector priority here? Selector priority also here. Grouping the selectors also we can do. Grouping the selector means what? So instead of universal, I'm using grouping. Suppose universal selector impact on every HTML element. No, look at this. No need to use any class attribute here because I have universal selector. Once we include universal selector clearly, that universal selector will impact all the HTML elements. But sometimes if you don't want to make impact all the HTML elements, look at this, universal selector is impacting. But in this context, we can use what? Grouping selectors also possible. Means paragraph h1, h2, like this. All HTML elements, paragraph h1, h2 only I'm using. Yes, it is going to be impact. For example, in this HTML page, at the h3 section is there. H3. This is heading 3, I can say that. But do you have any H3 section styling? No. Because in my CSS style, we have applied only styling on three elements P, H1, H2. We have not applied H3 clearly. Okay, so this is auto grouping selectors, we can say that. And sir, we have seen like three types of style sheets: inline, internal, external. But even in that priority also we have checked order: first inline style sheet and the next external or internal. But in the id selector and class selector and universal selector, what is the priority, highest priority? So selector priority is id first, then after class, then after element. Look at this: selector priority, css selectors and its priority. Selector priority. Selector priority is what you know. First id selector. Next one is what actually? Class selector. And next one is element selector. Last one is element selector. Element selector. And finally, priority is universal selector only. Selector priority also there. So in case one HTML element is having ID selector, class selector, element selector, universal selector, then what is the highest priority? First ID selector only. For example, let me impact on only paragraph section. So here I'm trying to use paragraph section. External style set paragraph, color is red. Look at this here. That is what? Element selector only. First priority. Obviously element selector only here. You can see element selector, color is red. Fine, sir. Element selector, color is red. Okay. Yes. Let's minimize. I'll show you once again. First element selector, color is red only. Because we have included in the sample.cs element selector is there. Suppose I'm taking ID also here. Okay. So for example, slash ID is starts with what? Here, like this. Color is blue. ID selector through I'm using color is blue. But here also I'm applying in my HTML document ID also I'm applying. So look at this: ID equals to para. So ID equal to para. This ID attribute is there, but para is there, the name of the ID. But here element also selector is there, ID selector is there. But according to our order, what is the priority first? ID selector priority first. ID selector priority first means what is the ID selector through? Color is what? Blue only. So the HTML element is blue only. Okay, this is ID selector first. For example, when we have class selector also, class selector is like this: paragraph, color, color, just I'm taking green. So we have in this HTML document class selector also I'm including. Look at this: class selector CLS. So look at this. On the paragraph, element selector is there. Element selector color is red. ID selector is there, blue. Class selector is there, green. Look at this. ID selector is there. Class selector is there. Which is highest priority? What actually? ID selector priority. ID selector through what is the color impacting? Blue color. So that's what HTML element is, blue color only. In case ID selector is not there, so then next priority what? Class selector. Look at this. ID selector is not there. Class selector. Class selector is what? CLS. CLS color is what? Green. So the impact is green color only. And if CLS class selector is not there, then what is the priority? Element selector only, obviously. Element selector. Element selector color is red. But last priority what actually? Universal selector. Universal selector means, for example, here I'm taking star open. So I'm taking color is what actually? Magenta. I'm taking magenta color. Now this time you can see here we have element selector. So obviously element selector is the priority first. Element selector is there. ID selector, but ID is not there. Next element selector is there. In case element selector is not there, the next priority goes to what's a magenta, universal selector. It is this is. First priority is ID selector. If ID is there, look at this. If ID is there, ID priority is there. ID is there or not? No. So let's give ID equals to what's up? Para. Obviously ID equal to para, color is blue. Obviously, color is blue, ID. Next, if ID is not there, next priority, what is that? Class selector. Class selector is what? Green. So let me include class selector here. Class CLS is green. If class selector is not there, then obviously element selector only. Element selector is, uh, let me check element selector. Class selector is not there. We don't have element selector in my CSS. So element selector I'm including. Color is what? Red. Element selector will impact now. But element selector is not there. Then obviously what is that? Universal selector magenta. So this is about completely selector priority and inline style sheet, internal style sheet, external style sheet, and selectors and its priority clearly. Sometimes we can work with pseudo element selection also. Pseudo element selection means this is used to style specified parts of an HTML element. Specified parts of an HTML element means, suppose here I'm taking paragraph colon colon, first line, color red I'm taking, paragraph colon colon, first letter, okay, color blue I'm taking blue. That means when we have a paragraph in your HTML document, okay, let me show you, suppose about Django I'm taking. So now about Django means, let's copy this and paste into here in the paragraph section of my HTML document. How it will be impact. Look at this. This is paragraph like this. Now you can see in the styling what is pseudo element selector. Pseudo element selector means paragraph first line color is red, first letter color is blue. The impact, look at this, first line color is red, first letter of this paragraph is what? Blue only. So we can able to change like this. For example, I'm taking first line color is green, red is the first letter. So first line color is green, first letter of the paragraph is red color clearly here. So this is about completely basics styling, and even we can apply styling for hyperlinks also, and also we can apply styling for background image, division tag, span tag, all sections are there. So that we will discuss in next session tomorrow. After styling, immediately I'll start with JavaScript basics functionality, how to perform JavaScript logic and how to attach that JavaScript function to HTML elements also will be discussed in next session tomorrow, that is.